So I just came back from watching Captain America Brave New World, and if you're wondering whether you should go out and see it in theaters, stick around and I'll let you know. Firstly, I know there's a lot of negative reviews online. It's one of the worst rated MCU movies of the last few years. Are there some truths to some of these claims and some of these reviews you're seeing online? Yes, there are. At the same time, is it trash? Is it the worst MCU movie I've ever seen? No, it is not. And I think we can start by getting the elephant out of the room. How did Anthony Mackie do serving as the new Captain America? I mean, he had really good chemistry with just about everybody he was on screen with. I think Sam really has a very personable and heartfelt nature to his character that really sets him apart from Steve Rogers. There's going to be constant comparisons made to these two, and when you stack these up against each other, I mean, Chris Evans as Steve Rogers is always going to win. For Anthony Mackie in his first lead role in an MCU project, I thought he did good. Getting into some other characters, Giancarlo Despacito. I almost called that man Despacito. Giancarlo Esposito, I thought was great. I wish we would have saw more of him. I felt like he was only there for a cup of coffee. Danny Ramirez took on the role as the new Falcon in Joaquin Torres. It's the aspiring young boy trying to fill in the new boots that were left before him. I genuinely enjoyed this character a lot. There's a lot of potential here. And Carl Lumbly played Isaiah Bradley, which was one of the very first Captain Americas. And his character arc was honestly, I think, the best of the entire film. It's a really touching story about the old guard, how he's been used, abused, and casted aside, and how we as society can really look inwards, learn from past mistakes, and in many ways how the system oppresses us. Finally, Harrison Ford was really encapsulating as Thunderbolt Ross. And his transition into the Red Hulk was honestly one of the best parts of the entire movie. Now, getting into the movie as a whole, I thought it was very, very, very okay. I can't really call something a bad film if there are parts about it that I liked. Man, is that outweighed by parts of this film that felt very boring and plotting. I mean, this movie is massively marketed by the idea of Hulk versus Captain America. And I'm not going to spoil how long it takes, but you're going to find yourself wondering, okay, when is this transition going to happen exactly? It's a great battle these two have, but by the time you get to it, you're like, I really just sat through this movie to get to this? Also, nearly 40% of this film revolved around Thunderbolt Ross and his relationship with Betty Ross, his daughter. This is a nice little callback to the Hulk, but it's not the Hulk 2. It's Black History Month. Give my man Sam Wilson his own movie, goddammit. Also, if they reference why this is actually in the Earth, it must have been when I dozed off because I don't remember them really talking about it much. Couple this with parts of the movie feeling like it's obviously been reshot with bad blue screens and disjointed jump cuts. Parts of the movie that seem out of place. I would say if you're not a diehard Marvel fan, you can honestly just skip this movie. And no means is this going to be a game changer for the MCU in any way. I would give this 2.5 out of 5 stars. Not bad, but not good. That's my thoughts on the movie.